Biomechanics combines engineering and the life sciences by applying principles from classical mechanics to the study of living systems. So a subfield of biomechanics is biofluid mechanics. Biofluid mechanics focuses on macrocirculation, microcirculation, and specialty circulation that flows through the kidneys, lungs, eyes, joints, and those that are important in the human body. Hemodynamics benefits from the application of biofluid mechanics as it is the study of the motion of blood. It is necessary to understand fluid dynamic factors such as velocity distribution, pressure, flow behavior, stress on the walls, and on blood cells to design medical devices used for recording and for diagnosis purposes. Studies that have been conducted regarding hemodynamics enables us to learn more about artificial organs and implants such as artificial heart valves and blood pumps, etc. Cardiovascular dynamics delves into the measurements and analysis of blood pressure, volume, and flow within the cardiovascular system. The understanding of this complex system is assisted by mechanical models and are typically formulated as mathematical equations. They help develop new clinical measures of heart performance and health, which can assist in clinical therapies. Blood flow can be modeled using the Navier-Stokes equation, which is a partial differential equation that describes the flow of an incompressible fluid. For example, whole blood is assumed to be an incompressible Newtonian fluid. However, this assumption and criteria isn't met when analyzing the forward flow within arterioles. At the microscopic scale, the mechanics of these individual red blood cells become incredibly important. Thus, we cannot model whole blood as a continuum. If the diameter of a red blood cells are slightly smaller than the diameter of the blood vessel, the Fourier-Lindquist effect occurs, and there is a decrease in the wall shear stress. And this Fourier-Lindquist effect states that there will be a decrease in viscosity as the tube's diameter decreases. In arterial blood flow, the wall shear stress expresses the force per unit area exerted by the wall on the fluid in a direction on a local tangent plane. This Fourier-Lindquist effect describes how the viscosity of a fluid changes due to the diameter of the tube in which the fluid travels through. So as the diameter of the blood vessel decreases further, the red blood cells then have to squeeze their way through the vessel and often can only pass in a single file, leading to a higher resistance. Thus, the resistance due to the motion of a single red blood cell increases when the diameter of the tube decreases. An example of a gaseous biofluid problem is human respiration. Recently, there has been studies on respiratory systems in insects which have been assisting in the development of improved microfluidic devices. Microfluidics studies the behavior of fluids through microchannels and also studies the technology of manufacturing micro-miniaturized devices. It has been increasingly used because it is precise and controlled experiments can be conducted at lower costs and at a faster pace. The next subfield that I'll be talking about is Bio-tribology. So tribology studies the interaction of surfaces in relative motion. It consists of studying and applying the principles of friction, lubrication, and wear. Thus, bio-tribology is a science of friction, lubrication, and wear when applied to biological systems or natural phenomena. This field considers the tribological processes which may occur after the implantation of an artificial device in the human body, as well as the tribological processes in or on tissues and organs. So let's say when two surfaces rub against each other, the effect of that rubbing on either surface will depend on friction, wear, and lubrication at that point of contact. For example, the femoral and tibial components of knee implants will rub against each other if one was to walk or do any daily activities. The principles of contact mechanics and tribology are used here to determine the wear performance of the implant and the lubrication effects of synovial fluid. The synovial fluid is a viscous, non-Newtonian fluid and can be found in the cavities of synovial joints, and they reduce the friction between the articular cartilage of synovial joints when we move. The laws of mechanics are applied to human movement in sports biomechanics as well. This provides us with a greater understanding of how to maximize athletic performance and to reduce sport injuries as well. It focuses on the applications of scientific principles of mechanical physics to understand the movements of our bodies. It also considers the ways in which we can improve the efficiency of sports implements, such as cricket bats, javelins, etc. Sports biomechanics can contribute to an individual's sports performance, rehabilitation, and injury prevention. Sports biomechanics can be applied to individuals as it allows us to analyze their movements and to help us coach them. For example, an individual's golf swing can be analyzed to provide advice so that they can improve in their techniques. They can also be used in the design of sports equipment and clothing. For example, a racket can be designed for the best grip. Biomechanics can also be applied to studying the causes, treatments, and prevention of sports injuries. And this can enable new designs on sports equipment or clothing to help reduce the risk of injury.